Well, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grigsby's War in the East as we continue. So, advance towards Pskov. Kiev, Smolensk go fairly well. Well, Kiev is going to be awesome. We can take Kiev right now, should I choose to. But I'm going to see if I can do that with infantry, though I do not have a hope in hell of doing that one. So yes, we have just processed a turn. We are in the brand new turn 5. Take count there. So let's take a look then. Right. Excuse me. So, AGC and AGS are still somewhat overburdened. That is a shame. I need to find a way to alleviate these command point penalties. It's probably due to the fact that a lot of these headquarters here in AGC are like this guy over here. He has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divisions attached to him when he should really only have like, what, 5? So we'll solve the situation out hopefully this turn. Okay. Actually, fortification level is quite important here. Notice the Soviets are dug in over here on the river. That's not going to do us any good. Is this the river Ostrov? It is indeed. The good news is we seem to be able to possibly break through over here. We'll have to do some reconnaissance first of all. God damn. It's one of those things, you know, when you eat something and then you just suddenly can't speak properly. Okay, and again. Okay, so I admit there's more units than I was hoping for there, but hey. We can still break through here more than likely. Yeah, this is seeming to be the point to break through. This is where they seem to be the weakest on the ground. But then again, there's really not all that much bar in our path. And importantly, we do have access to the Finnish troops this time, which is amazing. This means we can put pressure on the Soviets from the north now, which is awesome. It's going to mean that they have to move some more of their troops, or, yeah, they're going to find themselves being caught out to a degree. We also do have access to the Finnish air forces, which is pretty awesome. It's only another 348 planes, but hey, another 359,000 men. Obviously not all of them will be committed to the combat, but hey, it makes a bloody big difference. So we have like, what, 35 bombers here. What do we have? Blenheims. That's pretty cool. We have some British bombers then. P2s. I think that's a Russian design. I'm not going to commit to saying that because I'm not entirely sure, but PE does sound like a Russian designation. Okay, we're going to move these fields to the front lines. And basically we're going to use the Finnish Air Force to try and interdict the Russians by Leningrad. And try to hit the planes at Leningrad area. Oh, there we go. 82 fighters here. Okay, Finnish High Command. Who are... Right, okay. So Finnish well, yes, Finnish High Command does need to be moved nearby. Right, we're going to gather our air forces down here in the south where they're going to be of most use. Aha! My lord. Awful today. Absolutely awful. Okay, you're commanding these forces over here. These German forces, okay. So we have the Karelian field armies, sorry, the Karelian Finnish army. We have the 1st Finnish Corps over here, which I'm going to move up. We'll have these German volunteers attached to 1st Finnish Corps. There we go, first. Oh no, that's not the 1st Corps, god damn it. There we go. That was a boo-boo. Oh. I see. Okay. We'll give you a colour. Can I give you a colour? Ah, there we go, set colour. I really wish it was like one of the ways we could set things properly. I don't know, what, 50? Yeah, that's a terrible colour. That'll do. It's not a bad colour, I suppose. Okay. I have the Finnish Air Command over here then, that does need to be moved. Though apparently it can't be moved right now. That's a issue. Though we can resolve that by having the forces here attached to the local command right next door. If I can do that. No. They're locked for the time being, but hey, we'll be able to move them in the following turn. Right then. So they are dug in over here at Hanko. That's level 3 fortification. We have, what, 2 fortified regions and a garrison brigade. It's not going to crack any... Well, it's not going to crack easily. We'd have to have... pioneers attached over here, but I don't believe I have command. Can I attach support? I don't believe I can attach support. Can I attach support to the German forces? No. Okay, interesting. Right then. So let's see. We have a few air bases over here then. That's fine. What do we have here then? So we have a few here. Okay, we're gonna go for a big bomber raid. Well, fair bomber raid. At least what we can manage right now. Select all, launch. Right, the point is we're causing damage to that airfield. Causing damage to the airframes over there. Okay. We'll start by moving the rail engineers. I find that the easiest way to begin because then you know where you're going. So we'll do this hex here over here. Now. We'll have to go. Let's see. We could go that way, but then that would mean that there's no rail connection over here, which is a big problem. Okay. Yeah, so we have to bear in mind that the next rail line is all the way down here, but it's a considerable distance there. That's pretty considerable. I'd like to run it towards Pskov, and then we could run it from Pskov, perhaps down this rail line down here. Though... well, what I'm thinking here is basically... the most obvious route would be towards Pskov, like something like that sort of route. What I'd ideally like to do is move it like this, and then move it there. And then from there we could either go here or up here again to Pskov. At least with this, we have... yes, well, you can see here the distance is lesser, which is going to be better overall. So let's just measure that then. So, this rail line is like that. So if we can try to maintain this distance, then at least our units fighting between these rail lines will have decent access to resources and supplies. Come winter, well, come mud, we're going to see horrific supply shortages as the resources just can't really make it to the front line. So I think I'm going to commit to this route over here. I think going all the way over here is not necessary. We do have Talon over here, which is eventually going to be linked up. We do have Riga over here, which is a port, which is going to mean more supplies being pumped in over here anyway. We do have the rail engineers over here. They'll eventually convert the rails. So let's focus on the priorities. That, and with this being in the Baltic, we do have the ability to move, well, convert the rails faster. So we might as well take advantage of that. Take this route over here, which is not the most obvious route, but I think it could pay off in the long run. Right, apparently I can't convert anymore, which is a shame. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, basically I screwed up here. Okay. I think because they're out of command range, they may not be able to accomplish their task. So we'll move this one up over here first, and then we'll do it. I'll try anyway. It could be a simple fix like that, or it might mean that I've lost out on a turn's worth of rail conversion, which is actually quite substantial. We could do with having you assigned to a nearby headquarters, honestly. That would make a lot of sense. So we do have the 3rd Panzer Army Group over here. That's fine, we'll have you attached to the 3rd Panzer Army Group. There we go. Just, I should have done this from the start. It makes things a hell of a lot easier, actually, now that I think about it. It really does. Ah, you're attached to Army Group North, okay. Yeah, because we had the 2 attached to AGC. Righto. Okay, it is a shame we have lost out on that turn there, but this front isn't moving as quickly, so it's not a major issue as of yet, but it has slowed us down, it has caused a delay there, which could have unforeseen consequences in the far future. Or not so far future. Okay, so these units are isolated. There's a lot of them to pick up and finish off, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's start over here then, I think. I'm loath to use the German divisions. I know they'll get the job done. Okay, we'll start moving in the south then, I think. What do we have here then? A rifle division. There we go, they surrendered quite easily. So this is a tricky one, due to the fact that it's kind of like an island there, so you kind of have to be here, otherwise you're attacking across the river. Right, try the brigade. Oh, fantastic. Oh, well, there we go, they surrendered first time. That's pretty awesome. Okay, well, that's made it easy enough. We can begin moving up now. Unobstructed as well, which is awesome. Move the air forces over here. Okay. We could move across the river, potentially having enough to continue. Right, we'll put it off, well, we'll try to pull it off with these Romanian troops over here then. There we go, okay. Let's pause this. So that's 229 armored fighter vehicles, 125 guns, 19,000 men. That's not a small amount of men. That's actually quite a lot of men. That's a lot of guns too, or a decent amount of guns, and a considerable amount of armored fighting vehicles. So, yep, that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that result there. That means we can continue with our German forces unobstructed. Right, it's been in position to cross the river in the following turn. These guys can cross already. Awesome. Okay, well done there. Okay. So I could clear the fortified division. Fortified region, I should say. Well, we'll use the division first from the line. Yep, they surrendered. I could force you out of the way, so I'm going to try that now. Yep, they've been routed. Significantly under strength compared to like a full German division there. That's not even the strongest German division on that part of the line. What support do we have here? We only have the 737th Howitzer Battalion. That's not much. Not exactly much. There's only 12 field guns or artillery pieces there. Do I have anything spare? Sign. Right, so we do have a construction battalion. We have some heavy flak. I'm gonna get some light flak in there. Okay. Road construction battalions could be useful over here. Or elsewhere, actually. Namely under the Romanian Command of Army Group Anton. Right, we should be able to finish this off. We have Hungarian forces over here then. These motorized would be really quite nice. Attached to the panzers. So I think I'll do that. Then again, I could have them attached to something down here as we travel into the fields of Ukraine. There's a lot to be said for a lot of different things. I could of course keep them with the Hungarian forces and try to move throughout the centre. I could use them to try and take these forces out. But that's really a job for infantry. Okay, cavalry could do this though. These forces then will be... I can't imagine they would enjoy being under Romanian command. But again, I can't imagine the Romanians wanted to serve alongside Hungarians to a degree. Right. We'll have you under Allied command. We can have you attached to this corps over here, which is mostly Romanian mobile. So I can make do with that one. Obviously fuel's going to be an issue, but if we can lessen the demand on Army Group South, then that's good. Okay, so we have the third, yep, cavalry. Cavalry? Okay. Is it 3rd Romanian Army? There's the Romanian Cavalry Corps attached to the 3rd Romanian Army. Speaking about, where is the 3rd Romanian Army? Okay, so here's the 3rd Romanian Army. Right. Interesting. Doesn't seem as though I can put them under Romanian command then. Yeah, that command's pretty far away. Can I put them under Slovak? No, okay. Shaija. Okay, well, what we're going to do is basically maneuver this panzer group down here to the south, so that's fine. Which is the closest panzer command, which would be... Yeah, okay. have them attached to the Panzer Corps over here. They don't necessarily need to be supplied immediately. I could have this Slovakian force actually hold on to Kiev for me. That'd actually work out quite nicely. Yeah, we'll have this Slovakian mobile brigade then hold on to Kiev. At least with that, then it frees me up. I know I shouldn't be moving mobile forces as of yet, but hey, cut me a slack. Right, there we go. Then I can have you attached to a infantry command. But that's Kiev taken there. That's a lot of fuel in that place here. That's a lot that we could really do within Army Group South. And just in general across the front line. How does that affect our status at the moment then? So, we are winning at the moment, obviously. Soviet losses are mounting, though our own losses are mounting. Notice the fact that our losses are significantly worth more. Like 59,000 Germans, or well, just Axis forces lost, is about 1/4 of almost 1 million Soviets. That's what we're working with here. Though our armoured fighting forces, our AFVs are nowhere near. Well. Again, yeah, you can see the value there. We're doing very well so far on AFVs and aircraft, though we should be doing a lot better. Guns, not much value to the Soviet guns, apparently. Weapons. Axis. Germany. Right, anti-armor. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god, it's a super heavy... Oh my god, it's a Carl, isn't it? Right. Do we have any of these? We must have one of them, or a few of them somewhere. But I'm just basically looking at what's decent against tanks, because I know we will be facing Soviet armored forces somewhere along the line. Seems to be mostly in the south. We do have a few in the center over here. A few in the north as well. Okay. Rightio. Right. We should have a HQ that's unassigned. No, these are 7 infantry divisions. Okay then, so I could attach this to potentially the Panzers. We do have the 16th Army, we do have the 18th Army over here then, so we could have it attached to the 18th Army. How are we looking in terms of, right, clear these filters, headquarters, 18th Army, right, Army, okay, 18th Army, it's a little bit overburdened right now. Right. I'm not too happy about increasing that command penalty, but I will have another corps attached to his command there, so that should potentially alleviate the situation to a degree. Right, we have further motorized forces over there. We of course do have these forces over here, the 2nd Army, that will be sent to the center pretty much. Well, yeah, we're going to need it in the center. I could send it south, but the war's not really going to be won in the south. The war's really going to be won... I say that. There's a lot down in the south that's really important for the Soviets. But really, what my main thrust needs to be is towards Leningrad. Not to take the city of Leningrad directly, but if I can do that one, I would be extremely happy. But basically, as in real life, we're going to have to adopt a sort of starvation tactic. We need to just hermetically seal the city. Stalin has declared Leningrad a fortress, and therefore we can siege it. So we need to seal it off from supplies from the outside. So that's going to mean we're going to have to use these Finnish forces to basically isolate Ladoga and Leningrad from the rest of the Soviet Union, so we can inevitably starve the defenders of the glorious city, the old capital, the birthplace of Bolshevism. Okay. Right, okay, never mind. Focus on one front at a time, then. I'm getting a little bit jittery because I'm like trying to think of everything. The hardest thing about this game is not learning, but it's mostly where to start. That's what I would say. Okay, let's just cross over here. As long as I get across the river, I'm fine. That's the biggest movement detriment there is. You lose like 3 movement points going across a minor river. I'm not entirely sure what the implications are for going across a major river. Right, let's move up here. What do we have here then? So we do have air bases, awesome. We do have a headquarters over here. We do need to try and make our way around and surround Odessa. We're not going to be able to take Odessa easily. At least I don't imagine we'll be able to take Odessa easily. To be honest, I could do with having some reconnaissance. But the idea is we basically head around Odessa and move on. We'll just basically leave some Romanian forces over here to just keep Odessa pending. But our ultimate objective, at least for now, is to advance along with these other forces to this city over here. This is our basically jumping off point. If we can make it to here before the mud and the winter will be good. And then from there, we'll send some forces down to Sevastopol, forces to Rostov, forces to Kharkov, and from that point on, it's going to be a nice large push through the unprotected flank of the Soviet Union. Okay. Doing that, I don't know if we'll be able to manage it, but hey, we can only try, can't we? Okay, we have these Romanian forces. We should be able to use one division here to wipe them out. Of course, they would defy me and prove me wrong, wouldn't they? Okay, let's just make sure we can do this. Son of a bitch. I expended too much on that. Okay. I'll advance this way. Or I could advance this way and cut that rail off. We do need more reconnaissance in this situation. How are we doing for reconnaissance in the south then? Range is fairly decent. Do we not have anything in Odessa? Surely that's wrong. Let's try to get some more accurate information. I don't believe that. I don't believe they would leave Odessa open as such. Yeah, that's definitely held by something. Okay, we do have these forces over here. That's an air base and possibly a division or two. Okay. There we go. We'll disrupt this airfield over here. Yep, captured a little bit of fuel and supply there. Oh yeah, that was quite a few airfields. Okay. That's the headquarters. Move on up. Your command. Quite far away. Right, now you're happy. And yes, until next time guys, goodbye for now.